my name is Brianna Mendoza, and the topic that I'm going to be presenting today is about Dachau, a concentration camp used during the Holocaust. As Hitler rose to power, he invaded and took over places like Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Greece, and sorry if I mispronounced these, but Luxembourg and Yugoslavia. He also took Poles and Jews to concentration camps no matter the age and no matter how important you were. The definition of, sorry if I mispronounced this, coercion is persuading someone to do something by using force or threats, which definitely relates to the prisoners because they were forced to Dachau and other camps against their will by the Germans using force against them and claiming threats against them. The purpose of Dachau in the beginning was for German soldiers to practice, but after a long period of time it started to rust and fall apart. So it became a camp where prisoners stayed and were held captive against their will and under harsh conditions. The prisoners that were held captive were mainly Jews and Poles. If you take a look at the picture, this is what their sleeping arrangement looked like. Many prisoners attended one of the concentration camps they had. You did not have a choice on which one you would be attending. Dachau was located in Germany in a town of Dachau just outside of Munich. It was one of the first camps and one of the largest. These living conditions in the camps were brutal. The barracks they stayed in were able to hold 52 prisoners. The floor was concrete and the prisoners slept on straw stacks covered with a sheet. The barracks had no protection from the cold, rain, or wind. The perimeter where the prisoners stayed were filled with fences and barbed wire, unable to escape. The food they ate consisted of 3 pounds of bread each and had to last 3 days. They were able to have a bowl of coffee that was straight black, and at lunch they had 75% potatoes and meat and veggies. They also had to work all day and hardly ever able to have anything to eat or drink, except for the morning and lunch, but that was hardly anything. The treatment they received in this camp was brutal. They say it was so hard to survive if you didn't go at a good speed with your work or at anything for that matter. You will be punished brutally. That goes for other matters. To some officers would kill prisoners just because they wanted to, for the slightest reason. A prisoner disappeared from camp and was found lying on the concrete, beaten to death. As you can imagine how hard it was to live in these camps, you could die of disease, be experimented on, die of hunger, die of exhaustion, etc. This is an article about a survivor. The link is inside of the slide if you are interested in reading it. This is a picture of a prisoner being stuck in the gates, or many prisoners being stuck in the gates and unable to escape because of the barbed wire. This slide represents the U.S. saving all the prisoners. That's the reason why I chose this picture, was because that was the end of Dachau and the end of the horror for many prisoners. Thank you for listening.